This is above water analysis of Eli's breaststroke. So we see Eli has a good start and pretty good breaststroke pull-out timing. One thing we like to see is as soon as he starts to feel himself slow down, that's when he's got to make the transition into that next part of the pull-out. We can see he does an excellent job of that early on. Right as he starts to begin to slow down slightly, he engages that pull-out. We can see, however, that he holds his arms at his sides slightly too long. By the time he engages that kick, he almost comes to a complete stop. We want to see him really focus on making sure that he engages that kick while he still has forward momentum and starts his breakout and carries that speed through the first few strokes. So one thing we want to look at when we're swimming breaststroke is the correct timing. So as we'll see also in the underwater, we'll see that when our hands get to this point right here and they start moving forward, we want to have our heels all the way up to our backside. That's going to help us kick our arms forward and eliminate the inefficiency in our stroke that Eli currently has due to timing. So as we'll see, his arms will be moving forward creating negative resistance and his legs will be moving forward creating negative resistance, which prevents us from using our forward momentum. So as our legs and arms move forward at the same time, Eli loses a lot of positive momentum. So we can correct this through proper timing and using the load and shoot drill. So the best way for Eli to really improve that is to continue to practice the load and shoot drill after he leaves camp. Eli does a good job of not coming too high out of the water. He uses perhaps a little bit too much chin movement though to aid his hips in this breaststroke. It's not necessary for him to keep dropping the chin. This is a pretty darn good turn from Eli. We see he comes in, plants with two hands, doesn't come too high out of the water, a little bit high out of the water, but not quite too high, and then keeps his eyes on this hand right here on the wall, and then pushes off, brings this other hand back behind his head. What we would like to see him do is to try to keep his shoulders and head square to the wall instead of swinging out to the side. Doing so will allow him to come in and out on a very tight line and carry more momentum off of his turn. Excellent breaststroke pull-out timing on that second pull-out. We can see here one of the reasons that we want to avoid picking our chin up like this is because it forces our hips down so far. So not allowing our chin to come up so high will prevent us from our body position from going like this and creating negative resistance this way. So if we keep our body less vertical and raise up our upper body about this far and then decrease it back down to this direction, we'll see a lot less of resistance than if we come up and come down like this, where we'll have considerably more resistance in our stroke. The biggest thing that Eli really needs to work on is that breaststroke timing, and using the load and shoot drill will really help him. This is underwater analysis of Eli's breaststroke. As we can see, Eli is very deep on this pull-out. As a result, when he comes up for his first stroke, he has to approach at a very steep angle. We'd like to see him try to start that first stroke a little closer to the surface of the water so that he doesn't have this minor inefficiency on his breakout. When we look at breaststroke timing, the first thing that I look for is that when our hands get to this point right here, our heels are all the way up against our backside so that our feet can kick our hands forward. Okay? We can see right here that Eli has a minor inefficiency in his stroke where his arms and feet are moving forward at the same time. This provides a drag against his forward momentum and prevents him from using the top speed and power that he's capable of using. Eli can improve this timing by using the load and shoot breaststroke drill on a consistent basis. Practicing this drill can really improve his timing over time and increase his speed, power, and efficiency in his breaststroke. We can see that he has a much better depth on that pullout, and he approaches his breakout at a less steep angle, which allows him to break out with more speed and power. Additionally, Eli does a good job of keeping his eyes down on the bottom of the pool and keeping his head in perfect streamlined position for his body. He doesn't move his chin that much when he takes a breath, which is a very good trait to have. He has a nice narrow kick, good ankle and knee flexibility, and he is finishing each kick with his feet together and his knees together with power.